In Florida, what are we doing? What are we
Oh
doing?
man.
It's
Oh
not going to get better.
no.
It's not going to get
That's that's
better. It's
that is
going
a
to get worse.
that is a bad loss.
Oh, man. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams. And on today's Throwdown Thursday edition, we're going to recap week 2 of the college football season with our favorite administrator, Robert Abney. Segment 1, we're going to do Power 4. Segment 2, group of 5/6. And in segment 3, we're going to give you the rankings the way they're supposed to be given. So let's jump in. Robert, SEC. Lackluster performances across the board, but go Mississippi State. What are your thoughts on the SEC this week?
A couple things. I mean, Oklahoma looked better than they have in a couple years. Hard for me to tell because I mean, again, new quarterback. Michigan had a new quarterback, and he struggled. So it's hard to tell how good Oklahoma really is, but they clearly are better than they have been. Texas looked fine. I mean, Arch Manning threw for 5 touchdowns. He completed 63% of his passes. He also missed a bunch of open receivers. There were a couple of throws he made where it looked like it hurt. They had a downfield camera and he threw, and the look on his face was like it hurt. So that's going to be something just to kind of watch going forward. And he makes, I mean, you can tell he hasn't played a lot over the past couple of years because he makes bad decisions. He misread a blitz. He had a blitzer right in his face, tried to throw it out there. His arm got hit, ball got picked. It's at the end of the half, and San Jose State, they're playing San Jose State, so it didn't matter. But if they're playing somebody good, Texas had gotten the ball first. The other team was getting the ball to start the second half. You want to score there. You want 3 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Don't throw a pick. Either hang on to the ball or find somewhere else to go with it, but don't turn it over because you want to score there because they're getting the ball first. So I don't know. As you said, it was a lot of lackluster performances, not a whole bunch of really interesting games, I didn't think.
And Florida, what are we doing? What are we
Oh
doing?
man.
It's
Oh
not going to get better.
no.
It's not going to get
That's that's
better. It's
that is
going
a
to get worse.
that is a bad loss.
Oh, man. Go Mississippi State. All right, I'll be bugging about that one a little later in this segment, but we're going to go to the Big Ten. The Big Ten as a whole looks way more impressive than the SEC, but Michigan didn't look good. And this, I'm glad I got you here, Robert. This is why you don't overly hype freshmen because you could be a 5-star, whatever you want, but you ain't played nobody. And that kid looked overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And I am sure whoever's on the bench probably in that game would have done a better job. But you paid this kid X amount of dollars. It's your right. And he looked not good. And lastly, what's up with you, UCLA, man? What are we doing? Robert, anything on the Big Ten this week?
Yeah, just the same thing with Michigan. I didn't think they did not offensively. They did not look good. And again, Oklahoma's better.
And you're
Brett
fussing on the
Venables,
sidelines with your teammates. Calm down.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Iowa lost. Great. I like that. But everyone else, again, Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm going
Yeah.
to beat you into oblivion. And shout out to
Boy,
Oregon.
Oregon, Oklahoma State used to be good. Oklahoma State used to be good.
And perfect segue to the Big 12. Bad
Wow.
losses from big brands.
What?
Oklahoma State, bad loss. Eh,
69-3.
He ain't
Ooh,
going to make it. He is
no.
not going to make it.
No,
and it
he may
rarely
not
ends
make
well.
it. He may not make it to the end of the year.
He may not make it to the end of the week. We might come on next week because ain't no NFL in Oklahoma, so he might not. That anyway. Arizona State. Look, I tried to tell you guys. God,
Yeah,
God bless the kid, and
yeah,
we're talking about the coach. And it's
yeah.
okay to poke your chest out, and as somebody who talks trash, it's all right. But sometimes it's best to not say anything. And
Mhm.
you talked a little too much, and you lost not to a middle of the road SEC team. You lost to the end of the road. Last house on the right, down down the dead end street. SEC team,
Mm.
um, Kansas. Good outing, but Robert, I'm going to stop here with WVU, West Virginia losing to Ohio.
Ooh.
Wow. Any thoughts on the Big 12 this week?
Yeah, hey, you got to watch it. You got to watch out for those MAC teams, man.
And bad losses by big brands, and that was the worst
Bad loss.
loss
And
of
even, I
them
mean,
all.
like, I mean, yes, it's a rivalry game. And yes, I was usually pretty stout on defense, but you're only scoring 16 points.
And you know our jokes about Iowa and the under.
Yeah.
All
So,
right. Finally, ACC. Missed opportunities. So in education, when you observe a class, fans taking you into teaching and learning, one of the things you talk to teachers about after the lesson's over, after we've had a chance to break, is where could you have been better? Where was there an opportunity to maybe stretch a student's learning where you just kind of didn't do it, or you didn't wait, or you gave the answer too quick? A lot of missed opportunities in the ACC this week. Um, Clemson, what are we doing? We've got to be more impressive.
yeah.
We can't have games like that. North Carolina, man, I'm glad you won, but you're supposed to get the stink off week 2. You get the stink off.
Mm-mm.
Louisville struggled against JMU, who we know is a good team, but they're not supposed to be like that. And Duke, you can lose a game, but you can't lose like that. You didn't look like you belonged. And the biggest missed opportunity, in my opinion, was SMU. You're supposed to be, you paid to be a big dog, and you lost to somebody near you. And hey, Syracuse, no running after games. What are we doing? No,
Yeah.
I'm going to use that against you in recruiting. And he's also the ACC, Robert.
Well, I mean, SMU really put themselves in some difficulty. And Baylor, I mean, Baylor showed some resiliency, Big 12 wise. So that's a good win for the Big 12. But SMU really put themselves in some difficulty because they still have to go to TCU. And then when they get into conference play, they have to go to Clemson and they still have to play Miami. So their road to the playoff,
It's got a little tough.
it's significantly tougher. I mean, you can lose to TCU, but if you lose to TCU, you better not lose again.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we talked about the big boys. Segment 2, we'll talk about the group of 5, 6. We always say that with Pack 2. And we'll be right back on the Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. Dr. Keith Adams here. And for over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping student athletes succeed, not just on the fields and the courts, but in the classroom and beyond. And that's why I founded the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project understands that finding the balance between academics and athletics is crucial for long-term success. That's why the CKA Save Project offers a range of programs, including personalized consulting, mentorship, and coming in 2027, our innovative Gap Year Basketball Academy designed to assist both young men and women reach their full potential both on and off the court. I'm incredibly excited to announce that the CK Save Project is now partnering with the Cascade Sports Network. This partnership will allow us the opportunity to amplify our message and reach even more student athletes through the Odd Coaches podcast and other exciting initiatives. Join the CKA Save Project and the Cascade Sports Network as we empower the next generation of student athletes. Visit CKA on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org to learn more. Let's work together to find the balance and help unlock your potential. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 2. Let's go group of 5, 6, starting with the American. 1, USF is on fire. University of South Florida. Nice bounce back from Army, and Tulane had a scare. But I want to just say again, in the preseason episodes, I remember saying, USF, you're too good to be this bad. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to go out and beat nationally ranked teams and all of that. We didn't say that. But you got too many resources to be as bad as you've been the last couple of years. So kudos to them. Robert, any thoughts on the American? Notice I skipped UTSA.
I was going to say UTSA losing the Battle of I-35, Texas State pulling it out. That's the first time. So last year when Texas State won, that's the first time they've won. They had beaten UTSA. This is the first time they've won in San Antonio. So that's a significant win for them and for the Sun Belt.
Yes, and I was not entertained watching that game. All right, Mountain West, Pac-2. Boise, it's over already. You are not Notre Dame. You cannot afford these directional school losses. So you're going to play all year. You're going to battle. You're going to fight. But that's a long trip for you. So Oregon State is 0-2, but UNLV and Washington State are 2-0. So do we start watching them week after week to see if they can get in the top 25? Any thoughts on the Mountain West Pac-2 this week, Rob?
I mean, it looks like those are going to be the two best teams. And I mean, I was skeptical about UNLV in week, I guess they played in week 0. They have started to put it together. So they are looking better. Washington State, we'll see. I mean, San Diego State has not been great the past couple of years, but they got California athletes, so we'll see. That's probably, we'll see how good a win that is later on.
All right, Sun Belt. Quick thoughts: solid performances, but no big pay window victories. Texas State with a great win. JMU had an opportunity to win that game, and then they folded at the end. And go Troy, go do that thing. Putting a scare. Was that Clemson they put the scare in?
Yes.
So anyway, any thoughts on the Sun Belt this week?
They were up 16-0 in the first half.
Now, can't be losing 16-0 to Troy, guys.
No. Now they didn't. Troy did not score again, and Clemson came back to win. But Troy put it to them there for a little bit.
All right. So Conference USA. Hey, Liberty, easy come, easy go. It's over already. And New Mexico State's 2-0.
2-0.
2-0. We'll take it. Any thoughts on Conference USA?
Other than the Aggies are 2-0, hey, all is right in the world in Las Cruces. That's all we can say.
All right. Little action. Ohio with the big win. And let's go Toledo. But hey, UMass, we can't bring you to the conference and then you guys lose to teams that we got to look at the map to find. Bryan is in Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken. But what are we doing?
I don't know.
They're in Rhode Island, I believe. Any Maction thoughts?
Hey, Ohio U looked. I mean, that's a big win for them.
Big win.
And everybody else, I mean, acquitted themselves pretty well. We had who was it who Central Michigan played? No, Western Michigan. Western Michigan went overtime with somebody, and I can't remember.
It's okay. Only the people at the game probably do.
Oh yeah. I know one of the officials who was working the game, so I was interested.
All right, and then our HBCU recap. Hampton with a big win, but this was collecting checks week, guys. So congratulations to the athletic departments across the country for HBCUs who are funding all programs. Shout out to Grambling who played at the Ohio State University. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you
Yeah,
had something good to eat there.
yeah.
But we were collecting checks this week, so
Ouch. Yep.
so fans in
Hope,
segment
hope
three.
nobody got. Hope nobody got hurt.
Hope nobody got hurt. This is the world we live in. So, in segment three, we're going to give you the real college football playoff top 12. And we'll be right back after this break on the iCoaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Keith Adams, and for years, I've witnessed the struggles student athletes face on how to truly balance the demands of academics and athletics. It's a question that I have dedicated my life to answering. That's why I wrote Finding the Balance, my personal journey to academic and athletic success. It's more than just a book. It is my personal journey, and it is filled with hard-earned lessons from decades as a coach, educator, and now president of the CKA Safe Project. Inside, you will find practical advice, real-life stories, and a clear roadmap to help student athletes, coaches, and parents navigate the complex world of balancing sports and education. And now I am thrilled to bring this message to a wider audience as a proud member of the Cascade Sports Network. We're partnering to amplify these crucial conversations about student athlete success. I believe every student athlete deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential, both on and off the court and the field. You can purchase your copy directly from our website at www.casafeproject.org. Join me and the Cascade Sports Network as we work together to help every student athlete succeed. Welcome back to the iCoaches Podcast in segment three. Let's give you the real CFP rankings. SEC, LSU is number one team in the SEC. And again, we base this off of the rankings. So this is how we think it would go. Big Ten, Ohio State. Big 12, Iowa State, ACC, Miami, and group of six. It's Tulane's to lose because they're going to have the best opportunity starting week three because I think they will finally be ranked. And then 7 will be Penn State, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, Clemson, and Notre Dame. And now on the outside looking in, because you're only taking 12, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Illinois, Utah, Florida State, and another group of 16 that we're going to have to watch is UNLV. Robert, as we head into week three, are we right in terms of just, okay, we're heading into week three, and this is how it's early positioning. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean those are. I mean, it's really too early to pay attention. You can play your way out of it.
You can play your way out of it.
And
Boise.
here's a good example. Texas A&M at Notre Dame on the 13th. Notre Dame really can't lose that game.
Oh, they can't.
They've got to win that game. Clemson is at Georgia Tech. Clemson can't lose that game because you still have, I can't remember if they're playing Florida State, Miami, or both, but Clemson can't lose that game, right? And here's an interesting one. Texas State at Arizona State. Now, Texas State wasn't great defensively, and UTSA has a pretty good quarterback. One of the McCowns is their quarterback. But Arizona State didn't look good, and Arizona State can't lose that game. So you play yourself out of it early on,
Yeah.
You know,
It's that golf analogy. I can't win the tournament on Thursday, but I can lose it. Okay.
mhm.
So a couple of games caught my attention. One, Georgia's playing Tennessee already.
Yeah.
So a loss is coming to somebody.
Mhm.
Another game that can really help is Duke is going to Tulane and they're going to play at Tulane. That's going to be interesting. South Florida is playing Miami. That that's going to pause. Um, Washington State is playing North Texas. Well, we'll see if you're any good. We'll see if you're any good. And Florida is traveling to LSU. You want to get the stink off of losing to South Florida? Go beat LSU. That'll get the stink off of you real quick. Um, any final thoughts before we wrap up this week?
If Florida goes to LSU and loses badly, that coach is in trouble. And and don't forget, let's see if Mike Gundy survives the week.
This comes out on Thursday. We might already have the national media may have already had that conversation.
Yep.
Uh, so as we close, there's just I also want to mention shout out to our local team. Maryland is 2-0. They're playing Towson this coming week. Towson is no slouch, so please, Maryland, keep this thing going as long as we can keep it going because we need some good buzz around here. So, on behalf of our favorite administrator, Robert Abney, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast, also seen on the Cascade Sports Network. And we will see you on the sidelines. Until next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach FRANCHIZE. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches podcast.